Hello and welcome to the podcast. My guest today is Ivan Zurita, a man of principle, a man who at one point in his life was very overweight, very unhealthy, and decided to finally do something about it. He transformed his life, lost over 100 pounds, and also started a vegan diet, not just for his health, but for his principles. He loves animals and he wanted to do a plant-based diet. This fitness journey and health journey led him to going to the gym at 4 a.m., working out, getting fit, and just really transforming his mindset and his physique. I think we can all learn a lot from Ivan, especially about the power of principles. All right. Ivan Zurita, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
You enjoying your tasty beverage?
Yeah.
We're not sponsored by them, but I really do like the seltzer waters.
It was good.
Crisp and refreshing here in Naples, Florida, where it's always seems to be hot, right?
Yes. Even in December.
Yeah, like it's almost November, and it's like I got in my car to come here, and it's like, oh my God, I got to crank the AC.
Yeah, it is. It is hot, but it's a nice. It's like a vacation place. I always joke with my friends about that.
Yeah,
like, you guys have to pay to be here. I'll live here.
It's nice to live here, indeed.
Definitely.
So tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up, basic background in yourself.
Yeah. I'm originally from Bolivia. I was born in, the town is called La Paz. Later, we moved over to Santa Cruz when I was 7. Santa Cruz is pretty much like Florida, hot weather, flat. And 6 years ago, I decided to move to the States. Now, reason why? Because my mom wanted. My dad, mom, and siblings, they were here. They have been here for 20 years. So they wanted me to move. And the only reason why I was there at that moment when they moved, it was because I was assisting. I was going to college.
Okay.
And then I started work. So it wasn't on my plans to come.
Okay. I see. All right. So you've been here for 6 years.
6 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. December actually will be 6.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I've tried speaking Spanish with you on rides before.
I know. That was surprising.
I would think your English is very good compared to my Spanish. So.
Thank you, man.
I need to brush up.
But that was very surprising. I remember that
like,
time.
Who's this guy, right? So this podcast is really about transformation and like psychological stories.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear a good story, I really like to share it with people. And when I met you on a bike ride, I think you had a jersey that said vegan power.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I wanted to know that story. We'll
Sure.
get into vegan in a bit, but like I saw that jersey and I started talking with you, and either somebody told me or you told me that you used to weigh a lot more. You used to be really heavy.
Yeah, I mean, that was nearly 300 pounds.
Whoa, 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that should be at 201, 202. It kind of fluctuates, but
okay.
Yeah, between, let's say, 201 to 210. Wow. The lowest is 197.
Okay. Wow. So you literally lost 100 pounds.
Yeah, almost 100.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I hear stories like that and I want to share that. And I think that not only just losing weight, but your decision to do that and the process and the journey.
Correct.
I want to explore that today.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's on everybody's kind of plan,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody tries to be, I would say normal people, no fit people already at the gym, right?
Yeah.
Just regular people. We all want to look fit, to go look comfortable with our clothes, to look at the mirror and like what you see. Mm-hmm. So I did try multiple diets in the past. That's true. I mean, that's something I guess is I've been dealing with for a long time, like overweight.
Yeah.
My whole family is fit. I was always the chubby one, right?
Okay.
That's a funny story.
You're the only chubby one.
Yeah, they call me gordito,
Okay.
they call me. They still call me that, and
Yeah.
that was, from long time ago,
Okay.
even when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I'm the biggest one.
Yeah.
So yeah, the biggest struggle, the biggest thing that for everybody is try to lose weight and to lose fit. I try multiple diets, keto diet. I try military diet, something like about 14 days, kind of starving yourself. My mom found something online. Okay. So yeah, the thing is you never stick to it. So that's why they never work. And also some of them are too dramatic or drastic changes. So yeah, I end up going nowhere.
That's interesting. Usually in families, like if you're overweight, there's another family member who you learned that from, or genetically or something. But you were the only one who is I'll call it fat, right?
No. Yeah, kind of like it is. Like I learned that from David Goggins. You
Okay.
call you have to call the stuff like it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I
Right.
was the only one fat. Like my mom is very fit. My dad, he's very very fit.
Yeah.
My brother, he's kind of like a bodybuilder now, and my
Okay.
sister is fit.
Okay.
So yeah, no, none of them suffer overweight. I was the only one until a few years, like a couple of years ago.
Okay. Okay. Was it like, I mean, it is partially genetic, just to be fair. Like, if we're being truthful, like people who are overweight, there is some genetic aspect to it, but a lot of it is just like diet, discipline, things like that. Was it just you loved food, or what was it that kept you overweight?
Um, yeah, I mean, if the food is a thing,
Yeah.
yeah, you get too used to food. Then also, when that started at college actually, because
Okay.
before college, yeah, we all did BMX. My family and I, we were into BMX. Then I started college, so I kind of quit BMX.
Right.
Then you have girlfriend, you have friends, and all they want to do is eat and drink,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So yeah, no sports whatsoever. And again, if your genetics are not as great as some other dude, like my friend who used to do the same, and he was fit, let's say that,
Yeah.
you gain weight and you gain a lot of weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And just for the viewers and listeners, BMX is bicycle and motocross.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
did that for a couple
Yeah.
of years.
I did that first start. That was like my first form of bike riding, was that. Yeah. Lots of fun. Okay. So basically you came to the United States. When you got here, you were still overweight.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been down to like 200 pounds?
How
Like,
long it was?
no, well, like how long have you sustained this weight that you have right now?
Oh, this way?
Yeah.
It's been 2.5 years now.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, but I completely changed again my lifestyle.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, completely lifestyle, meaning what I eat.
Yeah.
And also what I do.
Yeah.
The decision I make, how I see myself,
Right. Okay.
what I want to myself, basically.
Okay. Now, was there like a moment or something where you just said, I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of this body. I want to make myself healthy. Like, was it a momentary decision, or was it like, what made you decide?
Like no, not really. It wasn't like a thing, like a click,
Yeah.
No. It wasn't like a magic click. What it happened is, I mean, again, I always try to be fit. Like, oh, we all want to be fit and have a six pack. That's
Yeah.
the truth. I still trying to get there.
Right.
But for me was uh, I started as a vegetarian. Okay, so as a vegetarian, kind of what are the options I have to eat, they kind of reduce. So I had to learn what to eat. I
Right.
started to cook more on my own. So I learned about food, or learn about food. Then once you learn about food, you kind of learn what you're putting into your body. So your decisions are better.
Right.
You're a lot wiser with decisions.
Right.
So instead of, I used to work in a restaurant, instead of getting out of the restaurant and go to McDonald's or the other place, I forgot the name here, but let's say eat some junk
Yeah.
food. Me and my wife, we used to cook ourselves and have kind of meal prep. So it was a lot better decisions.
Okay.
Plus, inside was doing this vegetarian first for like 11 months.
Yeah.
You start eating a lot of vegetables because you don't have meat options. So you eat vegetables and you learn about them. And I like it. I started like it, like, man, I'm eating this. You're doing something good for your body.
Okay. So was it, you decided to start eating better because you noticed you're overweight, or was it more of just like, I want to just treat my body better?
No, not at all. None of those.
Okay.
It was animals. So I'm
Okay.
very
Okay.
big into animals. I mean, back in Bolivia,
Yeah.
5 years ago,
Yeah.
the 5 years prior, I was a volunteer at a pet shelter.
Okay.
I said pet because I used to say animal shelter, but it's not. It was dog, cats, and sometimes horses.
Okay.
Or birds, little birds.
Yeah.
But when I moved here, I couldn't do that. I tried to do, but the schedule it was kind of hard, because of my schedule. So I said, you know what? Actually, me and my wife, we both said, hey, we always wanted to go vegan or vegetarian. We didn't know about veganism
Yeah.
yet because we kind of felt hypocrites.
Okay.
That's the word. Kind of we are rescuing dogs and cats, but then at the same time we're enjoying a steak.
Right.
So to me, it wasn't, it was very unfair.
Yeah.
And I never mock vegans or vegetarians. I used to tell, oh my God, I'm proud of you guys, but I could never do it. The lie. So we set up a date. I remember it was, hey, starting on January 1st, New Year's,
Yeah.
we're going vegetarian. So we did stop buying a lot of meat, and whatever I have left, I gave it to my brother. I was living with him at that time.
Okay.
So since then, I mean, that was the start point. Then I joined, I mean, I was going vegetarian, and you start see changes in your body. I did lose a lot, some weight, but not because vegetarian doesn't feed you or you're only eating grass like people think, you know.
Right.
It was basically because I was making better decisions. Instead of eating burgers, I didn't have that many options.
Right.
So I was eating quinoa, tofu, you know, kind of cooking myself.
Yeah.
So I did feel more energy, and also I did feel, you know, like I was losing weight. I was going better. So from there, that was the start point. Let's say, like, oh, I can do this. You know.
Right. Okay. So it was more of the philosophical decision to not eat animals,
Yes.
right? And that led to, okay, what can we eat? Vegetarianism. And then investigating that, you realized, okay, there's all these creative choices of what you can do with food. Our options now are limited. We can't do fast food because that's all
Correct. Yeah.
It's
That was
all
key.
it's not
Later, you realize that there is a lot of fast food,
right.
but
Right.
when you start, it's like, man, what am I gonna eat?
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the decision mainly to not be a hypocrite, not eat animals, and that started leading to better and better things for your body.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just sort of like snowballed, like I'm getting thinner, I'm making better choices, I'm more conscious of what I'm eating. You're noticing that you're losing weight. And did that start some momentum of like, I'm losing weight, I want to lose more, I want to get more fit?
That's one thing. Yes,
Yeah.
that's one. Now the second one is, once you go vegetarian, let's say you're losing weight, so I might go join the gym.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym and working out with friends, my brother, and then people at the gym with no being mean, but they are, oh, as a vegan, no, you're not gonna do it as a vegan.
Right.
Like you cannot be muscle as a vegan. Even jokes, I will eat my dog if give me some amount of protein. I was like, bro, like that's crazy.
Teasing you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that was the point. Like first it started like I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Okay.
But then I realized I gotta prove myself right.
Right.
Because I didn't know what I was doing. So I gotta prove myself right. And Instagram and social media is a great thing for that because you can follow people who have done it. And I have seen like crazy big guys being vegan. Like if they do, I can do it.
Right.
If they lose weight, I can lose weight.
Okay. So this is so interesting because oftentimes I hear the story of a transformation. Like I looked at myself in the mirror and I got so angry that I decided to lose weight. And for you, it's different. It's more of like a lifestyle change that led to momentum of like, oh, this is interesting. Let me get more fit. Let me go to a gym. Let me, like, you up the ante each time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that leads to, I think you were telling me the other day about how you and your brother would work out.
Yes. So
yeah,
when he saw that I was committed, because he's big into gym. He's been going to the gym for now 15 years, I think. He already competed on bodybuilding too. But that was before he competed. He lost he didn't lose his gym partner. He just his gym partner didn't kind of follow him, his time or his schedule, let's say that. So he was, hey, you're committed at the gym. Do you want to go to my gym? Sign up to the gym I go, and we go together. I was like, okay, but this is my schedule. This is yours. What are we gonna do? Like, So he had an idea. He said, if we both meet at the gym at 4 a.m., we can make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like, wow, 4 a.m.
4
For
a.m.
me,
Yeah.
I used to wake up at 3:30.
Okay.
For him, he lives farther away. He used to wake up at 3.
Wow.
But we did it for a little bit more than a year. I mean, the gym where we go, it was 24 hours. So that was the fine thing.
Yeah.
The good thing. But yeah, it was 4 a.m. in the morning. The only 2 guys there. And when you have accountability, like you have a partner,
right?
Like there were days when I didn't want to go, But then I am like, no, I mean, this guy's coming from this far away. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Or he thinking the same thing because I was always there. He was like, oh my God, he's going. I gotta go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we used to go to the gym at 4 a.m.
That's awesome. Was there any point where you felt like quitting or he felt like quitting?
But again, we push each other.
Sure,
I remember
sure.
a point I always joke about this with him because one day we met there at 4 a.m. and he goes like, hey, I don't feel like working out. Do you want to go have, waffles? I was like, I'm not going to wake up here, at 3:30 to eat waffles.
Yeah.
So we better do something soft that you want, but we got to do something. So yeah, we push each other. So I don't think. Plus, I end up enjoying a lot.
Yeah.
Like the exercise side,
Mhm.
that's the easy part. Diet is bad.
Yeah. Okay. The diet's the
Yeah,
harder part.
exercise is. I mean, yeah, wake up earlier.
Mhm.
It is a little bit hard at the beginning, but also it makes you feel good. You go to work, let's say, and you see everybody kind of like,
Mhm.
rubbing their eyes, and you already done a workout for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you're like, in your head, you're already winning.
Right.
I do sales. I work with sales, right?
Yeah.
So that also helped the aspect of my professional life. Let's say
Right.
that. So gives you, yeah, it's a booster.
Yeah. It builds that inner confidence.
Yeah,
Right. Like.
that's the word. Yeah, you're confident. Plus losing weight, by losing weight, by looking good,
Mhm.
you feel confident enough.
Yeah.
But also by doing things, and again, I think it's David Goggins stuff. But when you do things that people don't do, or don't, they
Right.
don't, they feel like they wouldn't do it. Let's say that, and you're
Yeah.
doing it,
Right.
you're winning. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, your confidence is to the roof.
Yeah. So especially like you're saying, you worked in sales, and
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
imagine that, because you ever do like cold calling or anything like
We
that?
do a lot of cold
Okay.
callings. Yeah,
Okay.
we do a lot
I mean,
of.
that's like the hardest kind of sales, or maybe that, or knocking on doors. I don't know.
I never knock on doors,
Okay.
but we do cold calls, and
Yeah.
yeah, those are hard.
Right.
But then, yeah, you gotta just build a thick skin.
Yeah. Right. Right. So if you show up at work and you've already worked out, you and your brother, been up for a couple hours, you see your other coworkers rubbing their eyes, maybe eating a donut or something like that.
Yeah,
And you're like, I'm already ahead of you guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, you can be competitive that way against others, but like more importantly, I think what you're saying is that you say inside, I already won the day.
Exactly.
Like, it's
Yeah.
8 a.m. I'm starting. I've already won the day. Even if I don't do my sales numbers, I still feel really confident because I accomplished all this stuff.
Correct.
Right?
And you think you already look good. You know
Right.
what's funny? Because I go to old videos when I was at that point, by working out at the gym, and I'm like, oh, I still chubby in that video. But at that moment, when I used, when I finished the workout and I used to go to work, I was like, man, this didn't fit me this well.
Right.
It fits me well now, so I'm happy.
Yeah. That's cool. So accountability is huge. I want to talk about that for a second. So do you think that if it hadn't been for, well, first of all, like your wife was into vegetarianism and veganism too. So like you guys are a team, like an
Yes.
accountability team. Then you and your brother were an accountability team for fitness.
Mhm.
Do you think without them, either one of them, you could be where you are today?
I will say yes,
Okay.
without giving them. I mean, taking the credit out of them.
Yeah.
Because the support from your family, from your crew is crucial.
Right.
But I will say yes because it was on me.
Yeah.
Even though, like let's say my wife, we both started vegetarian. Yes, but then 11 months later, I went vegan. She did took like a month or so because she was going out of town, so she wanted to take. So I went vegan. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I find out what about the dairy and the milk industry. So I mean, dairy and egg industry.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm going vegan now. I want to go vegan. So yeah, I was gonna do it regardless. But the support helps. It definitely helps. Like, again, having somebody, going with you at 4 a.m. And I'm pretty sure it did help to him too, because I mentioned that he did compete in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That was the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he also got so into it that he was like, I'm ready.
Mhm.
He's fit. He's been going to the gym for 15 years, but he just never commit to compete. But that year he was like, yeah, I'll do it too.
Okay.
I also compete in bodybuilding.
You did too.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, it's in Texas.
Uh-huh.
It's class. The class that I compete is called Transformation.
Okay.
So I got the 7th place.
Okay.
So why I did it again to be accountable.
Yeah.
So I remember I signed up in July. This event happened in October, around this time actually, in Texas. So I did sign up to go there and compete on bodybuilding by the transformation class. So they showed a video of me, myself being overweight and stuff, and how I made it.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I'd like to see some photos of the the bodybuilding show.
Oh yeah.
Right,
It's just very good. It's very good. And I put it on my short. Go vegan.
Go
I
vegan.
said, I'm gonna be on a stage, and my whole thing was people has to see that you can do it as a vegan.
Right.
And I think that was also the push all the time, because let's say I started running.
Yeah.
I started going to the gym, but then I also started running with golf course runners. And then I was kind of feeling like I'm not gonna run, but no, what are they gonna say? Like a vegan cannot run? I'll do it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be an excuse for you not to try veganism. Let's say that.
Right.
So I try to perform at my best. That's one thing. It helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm hearing a couple themes here in our conversation. One is having like a philosophy about just life, like humans and animals, like on the planet. Like hearing a little bit of that. Also accountability, and then just the internal desire too of like, I want to better myself.
Correct.
Like all of these together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. Veganism. So I want to tell you my vegan story.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
All right. So I used to do a lot of bike racing. This is a long time ago, but the thing that was kind of my weakness in cycling was climbing. So I wanted to climb mountains better, and this is in Northern California. And I was meeting with this other cyclist who had gone vegan, and he was also into all kinds of other sort of like hippie things, I'll call them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, some vegan.
Yeah, a
stuff.
little
Like
bit of that.
I know.
Yeah, but he sold me on veganism, and I tried it, and I actually had the best year of cycling ever because I was able to climb hills. I went from about 152. Right, I'm a little lighter than you.
Yeah.
Just, my bones are skinnier or something like that. But 152 down to 145, something like that.
Right.
And then I would get even lower sometimes, a little bit lower. And I was just flying up the hills because that's a lot of body mass. It's like
Yeah.
70
And the
pounds.
good thing to point here is you lost weight,
Mhm.
but it's a good loss because
Yeah.
you're also eating a lot of nutrients, right?
Mhm.
Now I'm saying that because again, a lot of people when I try not to say that I lost weight because of veganism,
Okay.
because then some people take it the wrong way. They no, I don't want to go vegan. I will lose a lot of weight. No,
Yeah.
you're not. Like I try hard to lose weight.
Yeah.
No, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you lose weight, it's because you make wiser decisions. Like maybe you did too.
Yeah, that's what I remember is it was restrictive. So that like my teammates would go out and get just like a pizza before before a race. So like I can't eat that. And I would have my prepared rice and beans, and I would have all this
Protein.
stuff with me. And I was just surprised. Like, okay, like you can do really well. I was healthy. One thing I noticed too was like phlegm went away because I got rid of the dairy.
Oh yeah.
That was interesting.
I know dairy is a bad thing. Like a lot of people now are trying not to use, not to use dairy.
Yeah. But here's the end of my vegan story is that I did this really hard stage race, and one of my teammates had this, I'll call it a meat burrito, right? And I couldn't resist, and I asked for a bite, and I went back to my, I wouldn't say normal diet, but like I was still eating healthy, but I brought meat back in.
I have to take something out of it, which is a good thing. I found that's what I found on myself, right? When I made a decision that is not, I'm not going to go back from here.
Non-negotiable. Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
It stays longer. It's easy to.
Right.
Yeah, because that happened with veganism or with, vegetarian veganism later. I said, we're not going to eat animals, me and my wife.
Yeah.
And we didn't do it. And for me, it's non-negotiable. Like, I don't do it.
Don't do it.
I could be starving and I'm not going to do it. I'd rather eat bread or bananas or whatever. Yeah. That's non-negotiable. And that sticks because the minute, let's say, I could be hungry. Even better, I could look at this ice cream now, right? And it looks so good. I don't know if it's dairy free or not.
Yeah.
And I said, man, that looks good. But the moment you tell me it's dairy, Ivan, immediately I don't feel the need to eat it. Right. I know I don't have to do it. So I guess the same thing happened with alcohol for people or with the sports. When you start working out, it's not, you know that your body needs it and that's it. You have to do it. Yeah. It's non-negotiable. You're not going to stop working out. So, it sticks better. Yeah.
Right. So it's like sticking to a principle.
Yes, right? Correct.
So that if your principles are negotiable in life, right, then other things are negotiable.
Correct. Like diets, diet typically are short. You do a diet for a short period of time. So that's why people break diets. Yeah. That's why they break it.
Right. Right. Because the reason is not strong enough.
Correct. And they know because it has an ending. at the beginning and an ending.
Uh-huh.
So they know, oh, it's gonna end like a month from now.
Right.
I might as well end it now, and then you end it, and then you start diets every single Monday.
Right. That's so funny. The whole diet industry, right? Like, why would you go on a diet? Because that implies temporary.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just say, I'm changing my eating habits forever? Or
True,
something like
true,
that.
correct.
Because if you're on a diet, that means, like you said, there's going to be an ending. I'm going to break it, or I'm going to
You're
try a
gonna
new
break
one.
it, yeah. Or
right?
drinking, it happens the same with drinking. People
Yeah.
who likes to drink.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's really like, if you think about, if you want to achieve something, if your reason is strong enough to do it, like a moral principle, that's really gonna, you're not gonna fail. Really,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's no plan B kind of thing.
Right. No plan B.
Yeah.
Exactly. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, so let's say that there's someone listening or watching right now who is overweight, out of shape, and 100 pounds overweight is unhealthy. That's a problem with your health.
Yeah.
Now, if a couple pounds overweight doesn't matter that much, but like, let's say that someone is like, I really want to make a transformation, like you said when you did this bodybuilding transformation program.
So
right?
yeah.
So the idea of transforming, they say, I want to be healthy. I need to do it. I need some reasons to do it. My confidence is low. Maybe I've tried a lot of diets before. Like, what advice would you give to someone who is, maybe tried and failed diets and they really want to make a change? Like, what would you
The
advise
best
them?
advice will be, one, again, it's not a diet. Don't take it as a
It's
diet.
not a
Take it for
diet.
your body, right? It is healthy. It's healthy wise.
Okay.
Because you need the health. And just to give you an example, in my case, at overweight, back in Bolivia, not even here, I went to the doctor one time. I was almost pre-diabetic, almost. Cholesterol was high. My triglycerides. I practiced that one because
Triglycerides,
yes.
Yeah.
I used to have then a 1,300 plus. Normal is 150. That's fat on your blood.
Wait, normal's 150.
Yeah.
And yours were
below 150. That's normal.
Okay.
Mine was 1,300. Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of high.
It is very high.
Yeah.
Then later I find out that runs in my family because I went to the doctor. They asked crazy questions like, hey, are you an alcoholic? Or do you suffer a lot of energy or stuff like that? I'm like, no, I'm kind of normal. But it was bad because your blood is thick and you can have a heart attack. Right?
Yeah.
So without changing it, I try a lot of things in Bolivia: medication, exercise, diets.
Yeah.
I only got it down to 500. Then I forgot about it. I came here, went to the doctor, same thing, up to 1,000 something. And then I decided to go vegan, do exercise, going to the gym in the morning with my brother and I was vegan at that point. I remember I got my life insurance policy. They did the test and the number was back at 67. No medication.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say with this is do it for your health,
Do it for your
for
health.
the long run.
Right.
Yeah, there are people who loves you. I don't have any kids, but how about my wife and my dogs?
Yeah.
So there are people who loves you. There are people who wants you around. But basically the love of yourself too.
Yeah.
That's the first advice, right? Don't do it as a diet. Do it as a life change.
Okay.
And the second advice will be do not expect fast results.
Right.
My brother told me once because everybody gets frustrated, I guess. So he told me, hey, it took you like years to get like that, fat.
Yeah.
So he said, do not expect to lose all that weight in 2 months.
Right.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna take at least the same amount of time.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the second thing. Do not expect fast results. Enjoy the process. I still enjoy the process. Do a lot of pictures, accountability again. Yeah, not only the weight, but take pictures. Not only the weigh yourself, but take pictures, take videos. You're gonna see the change in your body,
right?
And you're gonna like them.
Yeah.
You're gonna like them for sure.
Right. Okay. So it's basically do it for your health, and then also what I'm hearing too is do it for other people as well, or
Correct.
for animals too. So like thinking about how your behavior affects others. Right?
Correct.
So it's not just I need to lose weight, because then you're only letting yourself down if you break the diet or whatever, right?
Correct. If you have kids, for example, which I don't again, but you want to lead by example, right? I wouldn't mind I wouldn't want my kids to be 300 pounds and to be very, let's say, yeah, the word is not lazy, but not do any sports. Let's say
Right.
that. Do not
Right.
work their body.
Right.
How would I say, hey, you gotta go to the gym, you gotta work out if I don't do it?
Right.
So you gotta lead by example. So do it for them.
Hmm. Cool.
Yeah, and again, the next one was do not expect fast results.
Yeah.
Be patient,
Right.
patient and consistent. You're gonna fall, right?
Right.
Yeah, because diet is not a straight line. You're doing fine on a diet, and one day you just, I don't know, you didn't have too much sleep. You're mad. I remember that one. I was very hungry. I went to the store next where the office I work. I bought a peanut butter, jar. I
A
was gonna
jar of
take two
peanut butter?
spoons. Yeah, I finished it.
No.
So I was very frustrated. I'm like, man, all this diet and
Yeah.
I'm doing, and the show is coming, the bodybuilding show is
Ah,
coming, and
yeah.
this is like over 1,000. That's okay. Like it's okay as
Okay.
long as you don't do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
So it was a stumble, not a fall.
Correct.
If you want to look
Yeah,
at it that way, right?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So accountability, it's not like a linear process, right?
no,
So it's always going to be some ups and downs, and like you said, patience and time. If it took
correct.
you a while to gain 100 pounds, it's going to take you some time to
Yeah,
lose
pretty
it.
sure you're not gonna get 100
Right.
pounds in a month,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So it's like it's really a lifestyle change, a total change. And there's no diet, there's nothing temporary. But I think at the beginning when people are trying to make that transformation is that yeah, they have this idea of either how hard it's going to be or they've failed in the past and they get to those hard points. Like let's say they get to the peanut butter jar point, right?
Yeah,
Right. And some people,
they just gave up.
well, I like what you said because you weren't so hard on yourself. Like you were mad that you did it. Like you got to be a little bit mad at yourself,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
right? But like if you dwell on it for days, like, oh, I suck, I can't do this, that kind of what we call self-talk.
Hmm.
The really negative stuff will defeat your project, right? But you said, okay, I'm going to get right back at it tomorrow, right?
Correct. Or
So
I'm gonna do harder.
right,
So in this case, you go to the gym and you push it harder, or you run, or
yeah,
whatever you do, right?
right,
Just
right,
move yourself.
uh-huh.
Whatever you do, and do it harder.
Yeah. So to really set people up for success, say in any transformation, we're talking about kind of like a formula here. Like I think number one would be purpose. Like
Mhm.
you have to have a really big reason or reasons for the transformation,
Correct.
right? So my family, animals, your philosophy, your own health, right? You have to have accountability so that you're letting other people down, right?
Correct.
You have to have that set up. And this is getting daunting. So if we're like upping the ante for someone, if someone's listening or watching
Yeah.
this, it's like, yeah, actually you do want to stack everything, right?
Yeah.
Because then your odds of succeeding are more. And then the patience of it's going to take a while, step by step.
Correct.
And then those times when you do stumble, look at it as I like to think about like a stock market graph. Like if you invest
True.
in the stock market,
Yeah.
right? And if you're really emotional about it and really hard on yourself, oh, I should have sold yesterday and it dipped, right? And then you sell, then you lose all
Yeah.
all
You're
your
selling.
money,
You're
right?
losing even more.
Right. So
Right.
you got to look at it like it's going up like this, right?
Yeah.
That kind of an attitude, and it could even help like drawing a graph like that and thinking about the visual.
True. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah. I mean, I used to weigh myself, and some days you go up, some
Yeah.
days go down.
Right.
But at the end, I found that the other day on my notes, iPhone notes,
Uh,
and it was Monday 253, Tuesday 254.
okay.
Wednesday 249. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I was like, wow, I was 250. I remember that. Then that was at the middle,
Yeah.
But I was wow, good. Now I'm looking at below 210, which is good.
Yeah.
Now I want to go leaner, yeah, because of cycling, but
Right. Yeah. Well, let's talk about cycling a little bit
oh yeah,
because that's how we met on a
correct.
bike ride. And used to ride BMX, bicycle motocross as a kid. What got you into more competitive cycling? Because now you're racing, you're getting
Correct.
serious about it, and you're getting really strong. It's
Oh,
like,
thank you, man.
yeah, yeah. And so, like, what got you interested in road biking specifically?
And road bike. Okay. So, well, it started because I like bikes. Again, I remember when I was a kid, my family tried many, many sports to me. Never wanted anything. I want to try karate. I tried soccer, and even though I'm Hispanic, I don't enjoy soccer that much. Let's say that I watch the World Cup. That's it. Okay. But we tried BMX. Now, the first time I tried BMX, it was my brother's bike because I wasn't into BMX yet, and I broke both of my arms
Oh
at
my
the same
God.
time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I
Ouch.
was with casts on
Two
my both
casts.
arms, two casts
Oh my
for a
God.
month or so. Then I went back, yeah, and I was very into it, and I like it. So I like bikes to start that. Then I did at some point. I did also motocross back in Bolivia. So I like two wheels.
Like
Let's say that.
motocross.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
motocross.
Okay.
I did race some amateur races
Mhm.
just at the beginning, but then yeah, I came as an exchange student to Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where I learned English the first time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I forgot about it. Then went back to Bolivia, college, gained weight, no more. So when I started losing weight, again, the animals saved me because I saw this race with golf course runners, which it was helping Sneak Collier, which is an organization here in Naples to help stray dogs,
Stray
right?
dogs.
Stray dogs and cats.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, I'm gonna run that one. It's a 5K.
Mm.
I think I never run a 5K. I did in Bolivia like a couple of times, but never, after being that heavy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna run a 5K because it's for Sneak Collier. I'm gonna do it,
Right.
and I did it. Now something good. I'm not how to say that. I'm not an athlete, natural athlete. I'm
Okay.
not. I know I'm not.
Okay.
Right. I know in BMX I had never won anything or nothing. But something I can take pride for is I'm not gonna quit.
Not gonna
If I
quit.
said I'm gonna do it, I'll do it.
Right.
Like I've been dropping races and now and then
Mhm.
I finish.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, I did the race and my whole purpose of the race is I'm not gonna walk. I wanna run whatever pace I'm running, but I want to run the whole race. I think I did it in 33 minutes,
Okay.
5K,
Okay.
and I finished. So then I started joining golf course runners. And by joining golf course runners, I saw people on bicycles.
Okay.
So like I was running with my dad at that point. He runs too. He joined me with the running. So we used to see bicycles, and I told my dad, "Hey, we should get some bikes and do that." Then I wanted to do some triathlons. Never done it yet, but I said I need a bike. So I started looking for my bike online, and I found my bike last year in July.
Okay.
That's when I joined Velo Naples. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Velo Naples race.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it started with Gulf Coast runners,
Yeah,
doing some running. Your attitude, yeah, I don't quit. Right.
yeah. That's the
Yeah.
attitude.
Right. So now then you're getting into cycling, and this is your same philosophy in racing: is you don't drop out of a race, you always finish. Right.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is I guess not easy for me. I mean, I've been doing this right now, cycling for a year now. So it's a long way. I will say that because I didn't know anything.
Okay.
The minute I got my bike, I didn't know how to shift. I learned when I rode. I was like, "Oh, this is the brake. This is the brake. How do we shift?" Right?
Right.
And then I touched it, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is the shifting."
Uh-huh.
Then I put some tri bikes because the guy who sold the bike to me gave it to me.
Yeah.
Then somebody told me, "Hey, those are for triathlon. Don't do it here. They ride." So I learned in the process.
Yeah.
Baseline. I remember Griffin told me, "Hey, we gotta do baseline like NASCAR." I was like, I don't know what NASCAR do. So I kind of learned little by a little.
Yeah.
But since I like sports, I'm competitive. Let's say that I heard about racing, and this guy talk about racing. That they race Saturday, they race this. I was like, and I asked, "What's going on with racing? I would like to do that." And there was a race last year, the only Naples race we had last year,
Right.
which I did it. That was the first experience as a race.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I was the second because he got canceled because of Ian. But
yeah.
I got into racing, and that makes the whole thing even better because now I have a purpose to train harder and
Right.
ride harder.
Right. You got some accountability riding.
Yeah,
with us too,
exactly. That's
right?
accountability.
Yeah.
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 So what are your cycling goals for the future?
So I definitely want to get better, right? I want to get better. Like I told you, I don't think I'm a natural athlete or whatever, a gifted athlete. My brother is. I'm not. But I want to get some podiums for sure. Like what I know, yeah, I'm not like that. I'm not a natural athlete. Let's say that. What I know is I don't quit. Like I've been dropping races, hilly races again. That's why I want to lose weight, keep losing weight.
Right.
But I've been dropping hilly races with my whole leg was cramping, like both of them. I had to step out of the bike just to deal, to finish the climb and then go up again.
Okay.
But I'm gonna finish this. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna quit.
Yeah.
I don't like that, being kind of, oh no, I couldn't do it, and
Yeah.
kind of step out the second lap or the third lap.
Mm-hmm.
No, I will finish. So that's the goal. I want to keep training hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a new bike soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So the goal is to get a podium and to step as much as I can. Though the best, the hardest competitor is myself. While in running, I always try to beat my time,
Mhm.
right? Because there was very fast people finishing 5K in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was trying always to beat me.
Right.
So from 30, I think my fastest was like 24 minutes,
Okay.
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So the same thing with cycling now. I want to get podiums for me, not to beat anybody and
Mhm.
around. I want to
Yeah.
get some podiums. So now I'm at Cat 5. I want to go to Cat 4, Cat 3, and hopefully to the highest level. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to keep doing it.
Yeah. So podiums, getting on that top
Oh
three
yeah,
podium, right?
definitely.
Okay. And so you've only been riding for a little over a year?
A little over a year.
That's
Yeah.
impressive, man. Seriously. I mean, like that's I mean, I keep hearing you say you're not a natural athlete. But I'd want to suggest really to anyone listening, be careful of the words you use. Like I know what you're telling me,
Yeah.
but like what is a natural athlete, right? I think there's, and I just made air quotes for people listening here, natural athlete. Sure. I mean, like it depends on the sport, I think, right?
It depends on the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe to give you an example, maybe it's the sport.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel confident now about cycling.
Yeah.
Because I'm good at. I mean, I feel like I compare. Let's say that, right?
Yeah. Well,
Back in BMX, it was a lot of technical stuff. Like you had to be very good at it.
mm-hmm.
I remember practicing a jump for like a month and I couldn't do it. My brother did it in a day.
Yeah.
That's a natural athlete.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? He didn't want to jump the whole month. The day before the national, we had different age, of course, but he did the jump. I was practicing for a month.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Right. Right.
You're not a gifted athlete.
Okay. Gifted.
Not
Gifted,
a gifted
I think
athlete.
maybe a better word.
Yeah. That
right.
was the word then.
Yeah.
Not a gifted athlete,
Yeah. Okay.
but committed one.
Right.
Like I know, work ethic.
Uh-huh.
I have that, and I can do it better. Now, of course, as an adult, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder, but there's no excuses, of course.
Yeah.
And by the way, because going back to the weight that we talked, right? When I started to go into the gym, when I was very close to the contest, the transformation class in Texas, I was going to the gym in the morning and at nighttime to finish
Twice a
cardio.
day. Okay.
Yeah. So I was going at 4 a.m. from 4 to 6, weights and a little bit of cardio. And then going back at later time to do more cardio, like for 90 minutes. Some days in the morning, I couldn't do it because we went late or whatever. So I used to do 90 minutes of the stair climbing.
Okay. That's
right?
a lot.
So what I'm trying to say with that, I was surprised to myself because I was like, well, I can't believe I used to say I don't have time.
Yeah.
So you have to make your time.
Right.
Wake up early, go to bed sooner.
Right.
So
yeah, if you really want to do it, you'll make time.
Yeah, because that's a big thing. I know a lot of people say, oh, but he doesn't have any kids. Like,
right. Make excuses, right?
Correct. So he doesn't have any kids, or no, my job, I start my job at 7:30. I used to start at 7:30. That's why I went at 4.
Yeah.
Or I used to be one like that, putting excuses about my time, my schedule. This is not gonna fit. You're not gonna have the perfect situation all the time. You have to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So once you make it, it works.
That's it, right? I think so many people who say they don't have time, if you watch their behavior after 7 p.m.
Right? Oh, that's the biggest. Yeah.
Right? What are you actually doing with your life? Are you watching shows? Are you snacking? Are you doing all this kind of stuff? Right.
Perfect.
So that if you want to start getting up at 4 a.m. and working out like Ivan, right? That means you go to bed a little earlier. Right?
Yeah. And that's something else I remember. Like you wake up at 4, right? Let's say the night before, I wasn't used to go to bed at 10:30. Used to go to bed much later. But then I woke up at 4. So that day I was tired. So my body at 10:30, yes. Next day he wanted to sleep. Yeah. For any reason, I didn't go to bed. I ended up going to bed at 12. So that's only 4 hours. Or maybe not only 4, because I used to wake up at 3:30. So that's 3 hours and a half. I used to go to the gym regardless. I felt like crap the next day. But the next thing that teach me a lesson, hey, remember what you did last night? Yeah, you're just walking around your house. Right. You gotta go to bed early, otherwise you're gonna feel like that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Ivan, this has been a great conversation. I think that people listening to this, what they can take away, well, a lot of things to take away, but again, it's have a really big reason or reasons for your transformation. That's huge. Accountability, so that you let other people down if you let yourself down.
Correct.
It ups the ante a bit. And then having patience with yourself, right? Like, yeah, be hard on yourself, but also be kind to yourself and know that the process takes a little time, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And discipline,
Yeah.
because you got to be consistent. By
Right.
being consistent, you're going to be disciplined.
Absolutely. Awesome. Ivan, it's been a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Thank
Okay.
you. Very nice.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the podcast with Ivan Zurita. Really inspiring story. If you have big goals to accomplish, you can do it. Get big reasons for your big goals, and you can do it. If you like this podcast, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, follow my channel. If you're interested in coaching, you can go to michaelceely.com. And as always, keep on leveling up.